What up, world? R.I.C.H coming right back at you. And today, we got to talk about Boosie Badass, a failed Trump pardon, and how trying to stay free can make every man an easy target. I'm not going to sit here and act like Boosie was crazy for trying to get himself a pardon. When your freedom is on the line, you're going to look for every legal door you can find. If you believe somebody has access to the president, and you have seen that president give clemency to other rappers, you might listen when that person says they can help you. That don't make you stupid. It makes you vulnerable. And vulnerability is where a lot of people get taken advantage of. Boosie paid $600,000 to a lobbying firm to push for a presidential pardon. Now he is fighting to get $300,000 back because the pardon never came. That is a lot of money to spend on hope. But when the alternative feels like a jail cell, hope can start looking like a business expense.
The White House, President Trump has issued his final list of presidential pardons and commutations. In all, there are 73 pardons and 70 sentences commuted. The most notable name is former campaign advisor Steve Bannon, who pleaded not guilty to defrauding donors in a We Build the Wall fundraiser. Other notable names on the list include rappers Lil Wayne and Kodak Black, and the former mayor of Detroit, Kwame Kilpatrick. President Trump's pardons do not include any members of his family or his personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani.
This is why Boosie's thinking is not hard to understand. Trump has already shown that celebrity clemency is possible. Lil Wayne got a pardon. Kodak Black got his sentence cut. Other high-profile people got help too. So if you Boosie and you facing a federal case, you are not just dreaming out of nowhere. You are looking at a door that has already opened for people in your world. That is where this whole thing starts making sense. Boosie wasn't paying for a regular lawyer to file a motion. He was paying for access. He was paying for somebody who claimed they could get his name in the right room. And that is where the pardon game gets dirty, because the presidential pardon power is legal. Lobbying for a pardon can be legal. But when people start selling access to mercy, the whole thing starts feeling like a backdoor market. Not everybody who deserves a second chance can afford $600,000. Not everybody who needs clemency knows somebody who claims they can reach the White House. So the question becomes, is this about justice, or is this about who can pay to get close enough to power? That is the part that should make everybody uncomfortable.
I gotta ask you, I know you wanted to hire someone to help you, hopefully get a pardon from President Trump. How is that going? Are you working on that still, or?
Well, I got sentencing on the 21st.
Okay.
I'm still working on it. I'm still trying. As you know, my voice is a loud voice, so I'm still gonna be asking for the president for a pardon. Right now, I don't have it, but I'm confident about my situation. I feel good about my situation.
Hey, I'm blessed. I'm blessed not to be in prison right now. Everybody calling for me right now across seas, but I'm gonna have to wait on a pardon for that. So, praying for a pardon.
This is where you see the human side of it. Boosie wanted that pardon because he wanted that case off his back. He has talked for years like a man who feels like the system is after him. So when he starts speaking about a pardon, you can hear the relief that he's chasing. He is not talking about a trophy. He is talking about freedom. And when a man is trying to keep his freedom, he may trust people he would not trust in a clearer moment. That's why I don't want to make this about Boosie getting played. The deeper story is how fear creates a market. If somebody thinks you are scared enough, they can sell you anything. They can say they know the right person. They can say the paperwork is moving. They can tell you it's basically done. But once you already put your money down, you start wanting to believe it because the belief is all you have left. That is a dangerous position. According to reports, Boosie's side says the firm even claimed around New Year's that the pardon was basically done. Then the pardon never showed up. That ain't some small misunderstanding. That is the kind of thing that makes a man feel like somebody was playing with their life. Because this ain't some bad show booking. This was not even a verse that didn't get cleared. This was his legal future, his freedom.
Baton Rouge-based rapper Boosie is seeking a refund after a presidential pardon never came through. So here's what happened. According to our partners at NOLA.com, through legal filings, Boosie, whose real name is R.I.C.H, has entered into arbitration to recover half of the $600,000 he paid to a Washington-based lobbying firm hired to help him secure a pardon from President Donald Trump. His attorney claims the firm repeatedly assured him the pardon was imminent, but it was never granted. The lobbyists deny any wrongdoing, say they worked hard on the case, and dispute that they owe a refund. Now, without a pardon, Boosie was sentenced earlier this year to 3 years of supervised release community service, and a $50,000 fine in his federal firearms case.
Do you know they got ignorant my DM talking about I broke the code? Talking about I got down on the white people. Nigga, ain't no gangster shit. Ain't nobody pull no straps on me, nigga. This is a contract. If you don't abide by the contract, you get sued. That's business. That's how this shit works. Y'all some ignorant motherfuckers. It's just like a record contract. If you sign a contract and if you don't abide by that contract, you get sued. Y'all think I'm too gangster to sue motherfuckers. Man, y'all some ignorant motherfuckers, dog. Nigga, you don't abide by that contract, you don't get sued. Y'all some ignorant motherfuckers, bro. Hey, check this out. All y'all niggas on these blogs. Now y'all talking about I told on my brother Blue and Empire. Motherfucker, called your name. And take you for $3 to $5 million. They would take your orders and knowing that was your order. You sue them. It's business, bro. If you don't understand that, it's either two things. You rode the short bus, or you just a Boosie hater, and they got them out there. Same thing with the party. The mother sign a contract, and you send somebody some money, and they don't abide by that contract, by that deadline, you sue them. Short bus, or you a Boosie hater, like you just, I know I'm the realest nigga in the world, I know. But
sorry, you dropped this.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
Hey,
Hi, bro.
I want to take a picture with you real quick. But yeah,
get $20 out of there, bro.
Oh, you're good. You're good. The kid want to take a picture.
Yeah, I'll take a picture with him. Come on.
I told you.
But if you don't understand that, like you tripping, bro. Like this business, bro. I shoot 9-10 people a year, bro. Like
The money part is where this story gets ugly. Boosie paid $600,000. The dispute now is over half of that money. Boosie's side says the agreement had a refund clause if no pardon came by the deadline. The lobbyists are arguing about the contract language and whether that refund is really owed. There is even a date issue in the paperwork that they are trying to use as part of their defense. That is exactly why this feels like the kind of situation where the person paying is the one left holding the bag. When it was time to take Boosie money, the access sounded real. When the pardon didn't happen, now the contract gets complicated. Now the date matters. Now the wording matters. Now the firm is saying it's struggling financially. And Boosie is sitting there asking, where is my money? That's why this story hits different. Because it shows how powerful people can create an industry around desperation. The person facing the system is trying to survive. The person claiming access is selling a pathway. And if the pathway don't lead nowhere, the money is still gone. That is a cold-ass business.
So, guys, there was some reporting in the first term about how at the end of it, Trump had this like pay-to-play scheme where if you could find a way to give him some money, then he would find a way to pardon the people that you want him to pardon. There was connections between like a bunch of rappers have this agent and those agents have connections to Ivanka or Jared Kushner. And behind the scenes, there was a lot of movement where it was like, hey, we'll give you money. You got to pardon this rap, Kodak Black, Lil Wayne, all these other people, random people who you would think, why is Trump pardoning this person? It's so bizarre. It's so weird. Well, it's because all he cares about is the money. He is deeply, deeply corrupt. It is insane how corrupt he is. So there was reporting on that in the first term, right?
This is why people keep talking about the pardon system like it's some shadowy black market. The president has the power to forgive federal convictions. The power is supposed to be about mercy, fairness, and a second chance. But when money, political access, and celebrities start circling that power, it don't feel clean to regular people no more. It starts feeling like mercy has a VIP section. That is the part that bothers me, because there are real people sitting in jail right now who really might deserve a second chance. They may have changed. They may have been overcharged. They may have family waiting on them, but they don't have $600,000 to hand to a firm that claims they know the right people. So when a rapper pays that kind of money and still don't get a pardon, it exposes both sides. Even access does not guarantee mercy. And money don't always buy the door it claims it opens. Now, to be fair, the lobbyists say they worked on Boosie's behalf. They say they believe he deserves a pardon. They are disputing the refund issue. All of that will have to play out in arbitration. But from the outside, it looks bad because Boosie says he paid and the pardon didn't come. And reporting says the White House side later indicated the proper application was never even received from the firm. If that is true, that means they just ran off with Boosie money. How do you pay $600,000 for a pardon push, then hear the Clemency team never got the request from the people you paid to push it? That is the question.
And in the second term, once a week or once every other week, you hear this story of Trump pardoning somebody, and you're like, he pardoned who? He pardoned who? What are we talking about here? Never mind 1,200 January 6th rioters. Like over 400 of them were violent criminals. Over 100 of them assaulted cops. Pardons them, doesn't care. Because he wants you to know if you commit a crime for him, it's not really a crime. I got your back, right? But that's just one example. You've seen the many examples. So we got some new ones for you. Ready? Trump has pardoned Paul Walzak 3 weeks after Paul's mother attended a $1 million per person Trump fundraiser. Oh, this gets worse, y'all. This gets worse. Ready? This guy went to jail for screwing over nurses and doctors at his nursing homes, taking $10 million from their paychecks to buy a yacht.
I don't want to pretend this is only about Boosie. This is about what happens when justice starts looking like something that can be negotiated through relationships. Trump's pardons have always come with a conversation. Some people say he helped people who were treated too harshly. Other people say the process looked too close to politics, fame, friendship, and money. Both things can be true, but Boosie's case shows the risk of a middleman. The person seeking freedom is not always dealing directly with the power. He is dealing with somebody who claims they know the power. That is a very different thing, and that difference can cost your ass $600,000. Boosie did end up avoiding prison. He got supervised release, community service, and a fine. So the outcome was not the worst case scenario, but that does not erase the pardon issue. He paid for one thing, and he didn't get it. Now he wants to part of the money that he believes the contract promised him back. That is fair to fight over, because if you can pay $600,000 for something that didn't happen, and nobody has to answer for it, then what did you really buy? And this is where Boosie has to look at himself too. When you are dealing with politics, power, and your freedom, you have to know exactly who you are handing your money to. This is not something you can move on faith and flashy talk, because the wrong people can make you feel like they are saving your life when they are really just selling you a story. So I'm going to take y'all out like this. I don't blame Boosie for trying to get a pardon, but this story should remind everybody that desperation is expensive. The closer you get to power, the more people start selling maps to a door that they may not be able to open. Boosie thought he was paying for a path to clemency. Now he is in arbitration trying to get half of his money back. And that tells you everything about this so-called pardon game. When mercy becomes a market, somebody is always going to profit from somebody else's fear. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe. Establish Rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.